Then I was inspired.
Yo, P, bring that in.
Then I was inspired.
Yeah, niggas don't even remember some.
I was inspired.
Been doing this shit. The Thorough Rhymes and Crazy Beats album, it just remind you of a better.
Bada bang, bada boom. You sound perfect, boy. Now, what it is, man, I know you doing your little thing. Not little thing, you're doing a family thing.
We cool. We got back, like, I'm chilling right now. Like,
okay, cool. I appreciate you taking the time out to fuck with me, but let's get right into it, man. You fucked it up last night at the show. I was feeling the energy, and I wanted to ask you, because I was like reciting your lyrics and yelling at you a little bit. I'm like, yeah. Like, I hope I didn't fuck up your focus or your concentration and shit.
No, nigga, you amping me up. Like you remember, you got the grimiest voice since DMX, my nigga. So when you hear a nigga screaming your shit with that voice, it just gets you amped. Like, yo, all right, it's time. You know
that's what's up, nigga. Say, yo.
That, my nigga.
You got the black Italian DMX in the crowd, like, never in your life. I was going, I was hyped, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I gotta say about your stage performance, you know your lyrics, you do certain little funny stuff, like when you were like, oh, the dookie rope so broad it can make your neck, you do the little joint, like, your performance was, it was cool, it was smooth, but then you had, like, little subtle moves and things that you were doing to kind of accent the lyrics and all that, you know what I'm saying? But
I tried to.
What was your expectations walking in there? Like, what were you thinking?
My expectation was, honestly, I was just happy to be there. You know what I mean? Sean Price, one of my favorite rappers ever, one of the best rappers of all time, in my opinion. So just to be a part of that type of vibe, like just to have my name on that poster with them rappers and Sean Price memorial, I was just like, yo, I'm just happy to be here. I'm going to rip it. And I don't want to be, you know, the slacker. Like, I'm going to rip it. Like, my whole mindset was like, I'm going in here and I'm ripping shit.
Well, see, that was my mind state, too, because I never hosted a show before. So, for me, I was like, I know how to be myself. I do the live streams. I talk shit on the videos. But for some people, it's hard to transfer that energy. Like niggas that be recording music in their house all the time, and they never had to perform outside of. Like, sometimes it's hard for people that are not around crowds to transition that energy. But since I'm always talking shit in the bodega, in the street, I'm just used to being myself. So I'm like, I just click the wheel in my head, like, all right, let's get to it. I'm gonna fuck this shit up, and there's no other option. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yo, trust me, son. If hopefully, you know, I'm doing my event soon with my album release or my whatever. When I need somebody to host, I'm calling you, bro.
My nigga, I
you know
got
right
you.
Now.
Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? We run through it. I just told Stuck. I was like, yo, son, you got me hyped right now. I'm ready to do a show tonight. I'm ready to go out there and start talking more shit. Like, I can't front. That shit is kind of addictive, son. Do you feel like that when you step on stage? Like, you want to do more songs and perform more and more? Like, how's that for you?
Yeah. I mean, the bill was crazy. It was mad rappers, and everybody wanted to, you know, show their appreciation for Sean Price. So I could only do 2 joints. But if it was, ideally, I wish I could do 10 joints. Like, the crowd was live, and that was my type of crowd. It was a real hip-hop crowd that wanted to hear bars. You know what I'm saying? So when I step on stage, you know, like, I'm a nigga, I stand on my bars. Like, some people, they stand on their image. Some people stand on how much money they got. Some people stand on their chain. I stand on my bars. So when I spit, I'm spitting my bars to you as hard as possible because that's my backbone. Like,
Got you.
That's the only reason I'm here. That's the only reason I'm in front of you right now. The bars.
Whoa.
It's not because I'm rich or I got the chain or I got the image, but I got the bars though.
Well, see, that's what I was gonna say. That you keeping it funky, like within the essence. Because there was once upon a time that, like, producers and people, they would not fuck with you. They didn't give a fuck if you had a dookie rope chain and your lyrics was trash. They wasn't gonna produce that. They not putting that out. They don't even want that money because there's so much other shit going on. So it was hard for a motherfucker to just stand on that dude. Just go sell your drugs, do what you do, live your life. This is not for you right here. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're able to encompass that and still keep that going, that's why I said I'm fucking with your movement, because I respect you highly, because I listen to what people say. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between what we grew up in and what's going on nowadays. You could just throw some tight ass pants on, auto-tune, say some stupid shit, repeat the chorus, the whole fucking song, and you got a hit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
and I don't think that would be hard for you to do if you wanted to do that. But you're very talented in that way where, how you said, Crazy Beats P, he puts the canvas together. I paint the joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My words is like colors and all that. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That's really how I feel. Like when P send me beats, I feel like it's a canvas, and I'm like, all right, now I can paint my picture. Like it's like you're an artist and you get that clear white paper and you got all these paint and all these colors, and you like, damn, what I'm gonna do next? So I just listen to the beat, and whatever the beat tell me to do, I just write it.
so
You know what I'm saying? Like,
your writing process, your style, like, there's some niggas that they just come off the wall like an Eminem type nigga. They be rapping about all types of other shit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But then you have other people that keep it true to who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, what stopped you from going that crazy, ballistic kind of route? Like, that was never your shit, or what's up with you?
I mean, yo, honestly, like, when I write, I just, whatever comes out, it comes out. My job is to find the most illest creative way to say it. You know what I mean? So I in my mind, I'm like, yo, I hear the beat, and I'm like, yo, I want to say this. I want to say that. I want to say this. But it's like, how you going to say it? Like, it's a lot is the delivery. Like, you could just come on the beat and say some ill shit, and that's cool. But what about the line before the ill shit? What about the line after the punchline? What about the setup for the punch? Like, I think about all that shit. So my whole vibe is like, let's craft this shit. Let's make it to where a nigga can really sit back and be like, damn, son, like, he went in. Like, not just, oh, he said one or two ill lines and it was dope, but, you know, it was a lot of other shit. But nah, he really crafted this shit to the point where I'm like, yo, son is nice.
Well, see, you're definitely making waves now. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you let people know? Because Rebel Films is letting people know in the chat room. Shout out to Sean Lowe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crazy Beats P.
Yeah.
But let them know where to find your work before we move forward.
Yo, right now, Thorough TMG is everything. So I need you to go to YouTube. I need you to write Thorough TMG in the search, and I need you to hit subscribe. We got a bunch of videos, all shot and edited by my man Sean Lowe. You know, 90% of them is Sean Lowe. We about to drop a bunch more. Instagram, Thorough TMG. Twitter, Thorough TMG. Everything is Thorough TMG. And right now, it's just me and my man Crazy Beats P, and we cooking. We got 2 projects out, and I got a new project that I'm working on right now, because I'm not stopping, because momentum is building, and my fans, you know, they feeling me right now. You know, the little bit of fans that I do got. So I'm catering to my peoples.
Yo, I did an interview with Thursday How the Third, right? And he was telling me something, and he was like, yo, son, I don't give a fuck if it's 2 people that's fucking with you. You perform for them, and you give them all the shit you got to offer the world, like if it was 1 million motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And you gonna get the way you gotta go. So don't look at it like, oh, you know, because I know, yo, this YouTube shit is crazy, son. There be mad talented niggas that's, like, I see big time artists that have, like, backing behind them, and they don't even have, 1 million subscribers. They be like this nigga Vic Mensa type nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, this nigga is, like, reduced to wearing a Confederate dress, a wig, running around with makeup and acting like a bitch, because people just aren't feeling his shit at the end of the day. I don't know if it was his bars, his way of approaching things, or this or that, you know what I'm saying? So it's other niggas on other levels, too, that they got mad backing, mad funding behind them, and people just not feeling that shit. So for you to have really none of that and have a small base that's growing, that speaks to who you are, you know what I'm saying? Because you look at these other niggas like, yo, what the fuck you doing, B? But the company needs to recoup. So you gonna have to get that ass out there and sell that ass, Vic Mensa. Put this fucking dress on, put some lipstick on, nigga. We're done with you, man. You flop every fucking album. So I don't think you're gonna have that problem if you slowly grow your base and you do it organically. Like, you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you'll be like selling shit out, getting pre-orders. How my nigga Rome Street said, he says such and such and such, but now I get pre-orders from Japan. Like, all of a sudden,
Exactly.
you'll start to see the fucking development. But you just did this interview on Shade 45. Like, the one thing I hate about, not hate about people, but the one thing I dislike about people is because they act like they little like button and their little comments are so special. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fuck with somebody, let them know. You put something up, bang, I always hit the like button. I always leave you a dope comment, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll fuck with you at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
But
Word.
that's transitioning now into you getting up over here and getting up over there. So how do you put this Shade 45 interview together? You don't got to get into specifics, but getting up there, like from that point to this point, you're doing major shit, man. It's not easy to get up there.
Nah, I definitely know. Real quick, before I answer that, I just want to say, you just said something about Thurston Howell.
Yeah.
I just want to shout Thurston Howell out because that's my man, too. You know what I'm saying? Me and him had met in Miami, and we built a lot. You know what I mean? I came through his grandma's crib, and, you know, he threw a lot of events. And actually, he told me the same exact thing he told you. You know, when I was on my grind, I was over there, you know, passing out CDs and just letting people know I'm nice. And you know, he heard my joint and he, you know, took a liking to my music and we started to build. And he was like, yo, I don't care if you got 2 fans. You cater to them 2 people. Like, you go to the studio and make music for those 2 people, and then they gonna tell their 2 friends, and then you gonna have 4 fans.
Boom, boom,
and then,
boom.
You know what I'm saying? And I ran with that shit. Like, certain things, when people talk to me, I don't let it go in one ear and out the other, especially when older people with more experience, they talk, I listen, son. I want to learn from your mistakes. I want to learn from the good shit. I just want to learn. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to shout out Thirst. But as far as Shade 45, actually, when we put out the first project, which is Thorough Rhymes and Crazy Beats, that's available on all platforms. We put it out, and that's all on the muscle. Like, P made all the beats. I wrote all the rhymes. We paid for the studio time. We paid to get it mixed and mastered. You know, it was just me and my man, and we like, yo, we nice, we putting something out. And it's just started to bubble on Instagram in this little small, like, cult following type of way. Like, certain little hip-hop heads is like, yo, I fuck with this dude, to the point where DJ Eclipse, shout out DJ Eclipse, big shout out to DJ Eclipse. He heard it from my man DJ K&S. My man DJ K&S, big shout out DJ K&S, because he was bumping it, and then he sent it to Eclipse, and Eclipse heard it, and Eclipse started to show it love on Shade 45. And then when we dropped the second album, he started to, you know, burn certain records that he liked too as well. And then he hit me up and was like, yo, you want to come through? And I'm like, of course. Like, he said it like I'm going to say no. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm there. So, honestly, it was just him, you know, it was just me putting out good music and him reaching out to me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really no major label or nothing like that. It was just, you know, I'm feeling this dude. I want him up on my show.
Well, see, I gotta say that I felt the way DJ Eclipse felt in a certain sense, because you look like you're doing a lot in life, bro. Like, from the outsider looking in. So it's like, yo, this nigga Thorough look like he be all over. Like he be just doing his thing. So, you know, and you also come off in a way where it's like, yo, I got this. Like, very confident. So people gonna approach you in a respectful fashion because you give that energy off. So that's why even with myself, I was like, yo, would it be cool if I post your video or whatever? And you're like, yeah, what, nigga? Hell yeah, let's go. But it's that thing. It's kind of, you already roll like a professional. So niggas treat you that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might be thinking you still coming up, you doing it the right way. So niggas gonna handle your business affairs a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga, I appreciate it, son. Like, when you approach me, you know, to show some love to the joint, I'm like, I'm humbled by the shit. Like, yo, this, I see this nigga, he doing his thing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm happy that you just want to repost it. You know what I mean? DJ Eclipse, you asked me to come to Shade 45. I'm happy that I'm even one of the rappers. Like, I know how many rappers probably holler at you. I know how many rappers probably send you joints. And I'm one of the dudes that you be like, yo, I want this dude to come up here. Like, that
well, every day, I'm a small time guy, right? And I probably get at least 3 or 4 bullshit songs every day. Sometimes it might be the first of the month. Niggas got a little money. They recording. They send it back. Like, it might be like 9, 10 songs. And majority of this shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
when I heard you, when I heard a few people that I fuck with, I'm like, okay, now I gotta take my time out to highlight this. And we were listening to your album one night. And the shit just started, I had like a fucking mental breakdown kind of. There was some shit going on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So we didn't get to listen to the full album, but we listened to half. And I was just thoroughly pleased, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, no pun intended, like, the shit was official. And I'm like, wow, this dude right here, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that you, like, Like, just like I said, the way you carried yourself, I thought you had been doing this for like a crazy minute. And then when I started checking you out, I'm like, oh, it kind of seems like my man is getting his feet wet, but he acts like he's, you know what I'm saying? The way you come across is if you know what I'm saying, you've been doing this since you was a youngin', you know what I'm trying to say? And you've been on type shit. So you have life experience, and that's the way you carry yourself through your music, through your lyrics and all that stuff. What was I gonna say? At the end of the day, the Shade 45 interview, fucking with Uncle Nick, oh, that's cool, but where do you want to get to, and where do you see yourself, if you like are putting it together like that, in a year or two from now? You know what I'm saying? Maybe 5 years, whatever it is, but what goals are you trying to set for yourself, and what are you trying to achieve moving forward? And there's always going to be stuff thrown at you, but what's your agenda? What do you want to do? My
agenda is to get heard by the most people possible. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, you know, I'm a dude, I kind of look at things different. You know, you got some cats in the underground, you know, that they just, you know, I guess they, you know, they good where they at. You know what I mean? I look at it more like, nah, like, let's get to the top. But you got some people who, when they think get to the top, they think that means let's make some bullshit music to sell out and get to the top. I'm like, nah, let's take this type of music to the top. Like, why can't we? Like, niggas always come with an excuse like, oh, nah, you got to do this to sell, son. You got to do this. You got to, nah, why can't we do this that we really like? And you think there's not mad other people out there that don't like this shit the same way we do? You bugging.
Well,
you know
these Griselda niggas, they nice. And they got on with the slow grind. And they started building their fan base. Like, there's people that are fucking with underground hip-hop, and they will support your shit, and you'll have a better flow than fucking with a record label. You just need distribution and all that shit on the side, you know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
Like, that's where the game's at now.